Dear students, today I am dealing with subtopic measures of central tendency, mode and median and their properties belonging to the chapter first Introduction to Statistics under the credit number first Basic Biostatistics. Now there are the three fundamental statistics that measures the central tendency of the data, the mean, mode and median. In previous lecture, we already covered the first part, that is mean, and today we can focus on the mode and median. The mode, did you know the origin of the word mode? It is a French word. Comes from the French language, and that means the fashionable. Mode is nothing but the most popular number in any given population or the data set and an important measures of central tendency. Mode is the value which occurs most frequently in the set of observation. It simply says that it is the number which is repeated most in a data set. That means the number with the highest frequency. In the field of statistics, it is an important tool to interpret the data in a relevant manner. See, the mode is the most frequently occurring observation in the series or in a data set. The mode is that value of the variate which occur most frequently. Now, it is possible for the data set to be multimodal, means in a data set there is a single mode value is there, or either there is a two mode values are there. Means if within the data set there is a two mode values are there, that is called bimodal data set. Or if there is a more than two modes are there, then that data set it is called the multimodal, or it's having a multiple modes. See, for example, here I am taking here one example. In a set of 11 values, the values like 10, 12, 15, 18, 13, 13, 12, 14, 13, 15. See, when we observe this data set, here the number 13, it's occur most frequently than the other numbers, and that's why here the mode is 13, being the value that occurs the three times. See here, the first time, this is the second time, and this is the third time. And that's why here in these 11 values, among that 11 values, the 13 number it is occurs in three times, and that's why the mode of this given set is 13. See, if the data is arranged in a frequency table, the formula for computing mode is, see here, there is a here only there is a continuous series of data is there, but if there is a frequency table is given, then the formula for calculating the mode is equal to L plus within the bracket Fs divided by Fp plus Fs into C, bracket complete, where L means the lower limit of the model class, Fp means the frequency of the class preceding the model class, Fs the frequency of the class succeeding the model class, and C it is nothing but the class interval. In previous slide I taken that example of ungrouped data. Now the calculating the mode of the group data. As we know that mode is the most frequently occurring number of a data set, and this is the easily recognizable in an ungrouped data. But if the data set is presented in a class interval, this can get bit tricky. So how can we calculate the mode of group data? I am taking here one example of the group data. See, if the data is arranged in a following frequency table. See, before we going to solve this example, here some steps are involved for calculating the mode. The first, create table with the two columns. In a column first, write your class intervals. See here in a class intervals I am given in a column number first. Then in a column number second, write the corresponding frequencies of given classes. Then after making the table, then we can see the frequency. We observe the frequency, which one is a maximum frequency. Here see the 16 is a maximum frequency, and this 16 is the maximum frequency of the class interval 27 to 29. And see this 27 to 29, this model class, it shows the highest frequency 16. Then we can put here the values. Here the Fs it is nothing but the frequency of the class succeeding the model class. Here the Fs is a 10. See, this is the 10, it is a frequency of the model class 30 to 32, and that means it is a frequency of the class succeeding the model class. Then Fp it is a nothing but the 14. Fp that denotes the frequency of the class preceding the model class. Here the preceding the model class are 24 to 26. Here the frequency of this preceding model class is a 14. Then here the class L, it is a nothing but the lower limit of our model class is a 27, and the C is equal to 3. It is a nothing but the class interval. Then we can put all these value in a given formula. Mode is equal to L means lower limit of the model class plus Fs, it is a nothing but the frequency of the class succeeding to the model class, upon Fp, It is nothing but the preceding frequency of the preceding model class plus fs. It is a frequency of the succeeding class into C. It is nothing but the class interval bracket complete. We can put all these above values in a given formula. 27 lower limit is a 27 plus 10. It is a nothing but the succeeding frequency of the succeeding model class upon the 10. It is a succeeding frequency of model class plus 14. 14, it is a nothing but the presiding the frequency of the presiding model class into 3. 3, it is a nothing but the class intervals bracket complete. Then we can solve this bracket. The answer is 1.17. The 27 plus 1.17, the final answer is 28.17. That means this following frequency table, here, the mode of this data set is 28.17. Then next, I am focusing on the characteristics of mode, or it is also called the properties of mode. The first characteristic, if the data is a discrete, then the mode is an actual single value. Then second, if the data is a continuous, the mode marks the point of the greatest clustering of occurrence. Then third, it cannot be manipulated algebraically. Then fourth, it is unstable, that is influenced by grouping procedure. Next, the mode does not reflect the degree of modality. Next, it can be calculated when the table ends are open. Next, it is the most frequent value in a distribution. In a distribution may have two or more modes. On other hand, there is a no mode in a rectangular distribution. See, all these are the 8 different characteristics of mode, or it is also called the properties of mode. Then next, here the merits of mode. The mode, it is also shows some merits and demerits. First of all, I am focusing on the mode, merits of mode. Here the first, it is easy to understand and calculate. The mode is not affected by extreme values. It is easy to identify in a data set and discrete frequency distribution. Next, for determination of mode, all values in the series are not considered. The next, the mode can be located graphically. All these are the 5 points shows the merits of modes. Then next, demerits of modes. Along with the merits, the mode, it also shows some demerits. The first, the mode is not defined when there are no repeats in a data set. If within the data set there is no any repeat is there, or repetition of any number, then mode is not defined. The mode is not based on all values. The mode is unstable when the data consists of small number of values. Mode may be unrepresentative in many cases and sometimes have one mode, more than one mode, or no mode at all. Mode is not capable of further mathematical treatment. See, all these are the demerits of mode. The last part of the measures of central tendency is median. What is the median? The median is the mid value or middle number in a sorted ascending or descending list of numbers and can be more descriptive of that data set than the average. Median, when all observation of variable are arranged in either ascending or descending order, the middle observation is known as median. It implies the middle observation is known as median. In other words, median is that value which divides the data into two equal halves. If n, it is nothing but the number of observation, is odd figure or odd number, the median is calculated by using this formula n plus 1 upon 2. If n is the even number, median is the mean of two central values. I am taking here one example. If the weight of sorghum earheads are 45, 60, 48, 100 and 65 gram. Here, the firstly we arrange the data in a ascending manner: 45, 48, 60, 65 and 100. Since there are 5 observations are there and the median is n plus 1 divided by 2 bracket complete, that means here the number of observation is 5 plus 1 divided by 2. Here the 6 divided by 2 is equal to 3. That means here the third observation or item, here the third observation is a 60 and the median is a 60 of this particular observation series. The how to find out the median, it is a very simple. Firstly, put the numbers from smallest to largest. The number in the middle is the median. If there are two middle numbers, add then two middle numbers, add them and divide by the 2. Here, when we have a group data, the formula for the calculating median is L plus within the bracket n by 2 minus m upon Fm into C, where L is lower limit of the median class, m denotes the cumulative frequency up to and including the median class, Fm denotes the frequency of median class, C is the class interval. See, this is the formula for the calculating the median of the group data. I am taking here the another example. Median class is a frequency table is given. See, in the first column, the class intervals are given. Then in the second column, we find the mid value of that particular class and frequency is given. And in a last column, we calculate the cumulative frequency of that respective class. See, the class 18 to 20, 21 to 23, 24 to 26, 27 to 29, 30 to 32, 33 to 35, 36 to 38. And here the mid value of that particular class, here the 18, 90 and 20. There is a 3 class interval is there and mid value is a 19, then 22, 25, 28, 31, 34, 37. And frequency is given of that particular class is 4, then 10, 14, 16, 10, 4, 2. We observe here the frequency of all the classes. Here the 16 is the highest frequency of the class 27 to 29. This 27 to 29, this is the median class because it's having a highest frequency. Then we calculate here the cumulative frequency of the particular classes. Here we can take here the 4 as it is. Then we can add here the 4 cumulative frequency here into the frequency of next class. Here the 4 plus 10, 14, 14 plus 14, 28, 28 plus 16, 44, 44 plus 10, here 54, 54 plus 4, 58, 58 plus 2, here the 60. Here the cumulative frequency of the here the model class is the 44. See here the frequency exceed n by 2 is equal to 30. Here the frequency, the sum of the frequency is the 60. 60 upon 2 is equal to 30. For the first time here the corresponding class, here the 27 to 29, this is the median class. 27 it is a lower limit and 29 it is a upper limit of that median class. Then here we can write here n by 2 is equal to 60 upon 2 is equal to 30. M, it is a nothing but the cumulative frequency of that median class is a 44. Fm, it is a nothing but the frequency of that median class is a 16. And the C, it is a nothing but the class interval. Median is equal to 27 plus within the bracket 60 by 2 minus 44 upon 16 bracket complete into 3, and we calculate all these and we get the final answer 24.37. Means here the 24.37 is the median of this data series. Then next, I am focusing on the characteristics of median. Median, it also shows some characteristic features. First, median is not dependent on all the data in a data set. The median value is fixed by its position and is not reflected by the individual value. The distance between the median and the rest of the values is less than the distance from any other point. Next, every array has a single median. Median cannot be manipulated algebraically. The next property, the median can be determined for ratio, intervals and the ordinal scale. And the last characteristic, median is the not applicable to quantitative data. See, These are the characteristics feature of median. Then next we can see here the merits of median. The median is also having some merits or advantages. It is rigidly defined, it is easy to understand and easy to calculate. It is not at all affected by extreme observations. It can be located graphically. It can be calculated even though there are open end classes. See, all these 5 points are under the merits of median. Then I'm dealing with here the demerits of median. It does not depends upon each and every observation. In respect of even number of observations, median cannot be determined exactly. It is not used further mathematical expression or processing. Fourth, compared to arithmetic mean, median is much affected by sampling fluctuations. And last, in respect of median, it is not possible to consider weights. See, all these are the 5 demerits of median. Then next, here the expected questions arises on this topic is question number first. Here write a note on measures of central tendency. It is asked for either 3 marks or either 5 marks. Then what is mode? Give its properties, merits and demerits. It is a long answer question. Then next question, what is median? Give its properties, merits and demerits. Then question number 4, calculate mean, mode, median from given data set 32, 35, 31, 34, 32, 37, 34, 38, 33, 34, 33, 35, 37. The next question, question number 5, calculate mean, mode and median from following data set 30, 45, 30, 70, 20, 60, 45, 50 and 10. See, this type of question specifically arises on the measures of central tendency, mean, mode and median. Thank you.